Let me start with Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso saying that he's very certain that following what he considers the worst betrayal that he has ever seen of Governor Abba Yusuf moving to the APC, that Governor Yusuf should be ready to face the consequences. In what form? That in 2027 he is bound to lose the election, something that the APC has dismissed as mere rhetoric, and telling Dr. Kwankwaso that whether he likes it or not, Governor Abba Yusuf, his former godson, would be re-elected in 2027. Now, what is the main ground for saying that Abba Yusuf will lose? It's simply that when his hand was raised, showing him joining the APC, it was Dr. Ganduje that raised his hand, and that in Kano, Gandujia, what he calls Gandujia, will not work because there is a word of difference between Kwankwasia and Gandujia. However, I think that yes, in the middle of all of this, we should be talking about the interest of the people of Kano State, because it is the people that will make a choice, not on the basis of what Dr. Ganduje wants or on the basis of what Dr. Kwankwaso wants. We should be talking about the people being empowered to make a free choice, so that certain individuals do not appropriate to themselves, the messianic, power or influence to determine the future of any electoral process, whether at the center or in any of the, subunits, subnational divisions of the country. And that takes me to the National Assembly, the Senate. The Senate today at a committee of the whole, and also at the committee level, Committee on Electoral Matters, is going to consider the report being laid before the committee of the whole, that's the plenary, by the Committee on Electoral Matters. Some of the highlights we're told include the live transmission of results from polling units, electronic transmission, which is something that, in the public hearings about, electoral reform, people have been talking about, saying, look, it should go directly, and that technology should be foolproof, not the kind of technology that will be having technical glitches. They're also going to consider penalties, stiffer penalties for electoral offenders, people who either tamper with the results or who collude and all of that. And I guess part of the provisions from the committee will include the responsibility of INEC. However, what is important is that the urgency of having a new electoral act, an amendment of the Electoral Act 2022, in the light of gaps, omissions, inconsistencies that have been observed in that particular piece of legislation. The urgency of it is now. And it is good that the Senate is now, after the House of Reps, going through the process. And I think, what Nigerians will want is for the matter to be considered expeditiously, so that the new Electoral Act will be ready long before the elections will start, so that we don't have a repeat of what happened in 2018 when the Buhari administration, citing language and citing the efflution of time, decided not to change that electoral act that particular year. So it's the urgency of it that is important. Let this not be motion without movement, and make it look like, after all, our committee has submitted a report, there must be urgency.